John Lusk here of Lusk Archery Adventures. Serious testing, successful hunting. Today I'm going to be testing a broadhead that I tested a few years ago with my older regimen, and it's been updated and evolved quite a bit in the years since. So I'm going to be testing it again. They sent me another pack, and that is the Kudu Contour Plus. Man, really popular broadhead. Many people have used the Contour over the years, and then a couple years ago they came up with the Plus, which is just this extra bleeder that they have. So really cool looking broadhead. I look forward to testing it with my new regimen and seeing how it performs. And for a detailed description of that regimen, please check out the video that I posted earlier this year called 2025 Broadhead Test Process. And it'll walk you through everything I do and the scoring and so forth. And for most of the shooting, I'm using my Elite Archery compound bows. And for the flight testing, I'm using my Killer Instinct crossbow. And for all the shooting, I'm using my Bishop Archery arrows and bolts. All right, let's zoom on in here, go through some of the design features and specifications, and then put this bad boy to the test. Here's a good look at this wicked broadhead right here. Man, I love the looks of this. This is the Kudu Contour Plus. The Contour was a classic head that they had for many years, and then a few years ago, they added this plus part, which is just this extra bleeder at the base. And one of the cool things about the bleeders is you can shoot them fine without it. They're just like a little ring that you can open up, unscrew the broadhead, and then you can take it off, and you just have a classic two-blade, or you can screw it on and use that extra cut that you have right there. But you can't add the cross cut. You can't add the bleeder unless the head is designed to have it. So the original Contour, these bleeders won't work with, but if you get the Contour Plus, you can either use it with the bleeder or without the bleeder. I hope that's not too confusing. I hope that made sense. So let's start with the materials. The ferrule is made out of a 416 stainless steel, and the blades are a 420 stainless steel, and their thickness is 0.050 inches, so pretty thick blades, and they're brought to a Rockwell hardness of 50, which they find to be a good balance of hardness to retain its edge, but then soft enough to resharpen a bit easier than you could with some other ones. This bleeder is also steel. It's a 17-4 stainless steel, and it adds a cutting diameter of 0.625 inches. So you may think that's not much, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want 0.625 inches of steel going through me. So it just adds that extra bit that really does create a lot better wound channel. And so you got the 1 1/4 inches here, 0.625 inches here, the total cut of 1.88 inches. So decent size cut overall. You also notice that single bevel sharpened. You can get it either left or right. This is right bevel because my fletching has a right helical. The arrows spin to the right. This will just accentuate that and continue to rotate within the medium, within the animal. You notice that they're also sharpened on the back sides and all the sides, and they have this tanto tip just to give a little extra durability. And these bleeders, they're pretty thick themselves, and they are also single bevel sharpened. And the angle of the bevel there is 40 degrees, just to maximize the durability as well as the rotation. The price of these with the plus, with the extra bleeder that you can purchase, is $21.67 each. So pretty good value there, honestly, for what you're getting. And I love just this overall look of this concave design. And that's just going to allow you it's going to maximize the penetration in the beginning. It's going to make it a little bit easier to penetrate. And then it's going to stretch the tissue a bit as it penetrates into this wider cut at the base. And it also minimizes the overall amount of steel that's needed to help there be less friction in penetration and in flight, to aid in flight as well. For resharpening, these edges, single bevel and curved, these concave edges can be pretty challenging. But with the Stay Sharp C kit, Stay Sharp Guide makes a C kit that's designed for any curved blade, whether it's concave like this or convex like some other heads, if you use the C kit, it really makes quick work of it, and you won't be messing around trying to figure out how to get it sharp. Just get the Stay Sharp Guide C kit. They're not very expensive, and they'll really help you out. So I look forward to putting this Contour Plus to the test and seeing how it performs. The Kudu got the 10 ring. It only took 136 grams of force to cut through the wire, which is a 10 on a 10-point scale, plus a bonus for being under the threshold of 200. It penetrated 8 inches. It took an additional 50 grams of force to cut through the wire, which is a 9 on a 10-point scale. But it also gets an extra bonus for both the sharpness and the edge retention scores being under the threshold of 200. It penetrated through 56 layers, which is an 8 on a 10-point scale. It rotated 48 degrees at 12 inches. And man, that's a cool looking wound channel right there. You can really see the rotation super clearly. And it's in flawless condition after the 3 shots through the MDF. Here it is after the 2 shots through the steel plate, and overall it did fairly well. You can see the main blade got a little bit of edge chatter on it, and the blade tips kind of on the sides where it comes to a point. Those got a little curled. That's kind of a weak point. And then the bleeders broke off. You can see that shot at the top where the bleeders impacted the steel. That's where they broke off. And so the second shot was just the broadhead without the bleeders, but you still see a good rotation there. So overall, fairly good durability. Here it is after all the durability testing. Of course, it did perfectly well through the MDF. Through the steel plate, it got a little bit of a bend there on the tips of each of these blades, but the edges themselves got just the slightest bit of edge chatter. They did really well. These bleeders, the Contour Plus, the plus part broke off there. But then into the cinder block, man, it held together really well and doesn't seem like it bent at all. Really good durability. So what'd you think? Man, it's just a really good broadhead, isn't it? I mean, it's just a proven design. I love the update with the plus, adding a bleeder like that. Just did really well in all the testing. So you check out the score sheet and see how it performed in the areas that matter to you the most, and see if it might be a good fit for you and your hunting needs. And also stay tuned for the overall cumulative score and the corresponding Lusk grade. And also stay tuned for a list of all the discount codes that I can offer just to help you save some money as you buy more broadheads and hunting gear. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you next time.